Hello, holy ones, Machiwa, blessings. This is a transmission of spirit, and I welcome all of you coming on in for this spiritual awakening, this enlightenment, this higher self. What's that, right? Good question. And we'll be talking about that tonight as we continue this, it's like something growing in the collective consciousness of humans on Earth. The Guardians call it a Stargate opening cycle, stellar activation cycle. And so that is what is causing everybody to go through some changes, some transformations, yes. And this is something that is one of the main focus of my channel. And let me check everything. We got lights, we got sound. Looks like we got homies coming on in. Sorry if I made some of you wait. It's a little bit later than I had hoped. 22 already, master number 22 people online right now. We're just getting started. Someone put that in chat, yes. And this is a spiritual channel. We talk about all kinds of things. We talk about aliens and angels, archangels, but from a Christos point of view. And we talk about, DNA activation and learning how to awaken your higher chakras. And when you open up a chakra, that is activating your selves, your higher selves. It's not the concept of reincarnation, like past lives or future lives, but it's more of a concept of simultaneous lives. So you, all beings, doesn't matter if you think you're just a simple person who doesn't know much. Everybody has a minimum of 1,728 other selves. Many of those, most of those are your higher selves compared to this self right here in this time vector. Those other ones are in higher time vectors, higher frequency, more consciousness, more energy. And so let me say hello to everyone as we get this going on. Free White Dove, welcome Avatar. So blessed to see you, Holy One. Thank you for being part of this and for supporting this work. As an avatar, you can now log into the Discord chat server. There should be a link if you go to the membership area. It's a blessing to have you, Holy One. Let me look at the beginning. We have Mr. Madism. Hi, are you guys waiting for a live? No, I usually get it started and it takes me a few minutes to set up the lights and the camera, but you didn't miss it. Thank you for being here, Holy One. Sarah, much love to you, sister. I like your positive emojis there. Galactic Center OG. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Henry Hernandez. It's Lola. Welcome, Lola. Welcome, Henry Hernandez. Hule. Machiwo to you, brother. Good to have you. Thank you for being a member. And bless you, Henry. Lola. And we just want to say everybody helps send positive love and energy. His mom just passed away on Monday, and one comforting thought is there's no such thing as death. The body can decay and change form, but the part of your mom, who was your mom, the consciousness inside that body, simply transitioned, moved on to a different state. So everything is eternal, and we're all part of that creation that is the Unici, or what the Guardians call Unici, or you can call God, the Creator. Creator persists, and we're all part of that energy field, that consciousness. Your mom's part of that consciousness, so bless you and what you're going through and your family. Just hopefully find comfort in that idea that your mom is still existing in some place. And so much love and to your families, and this is a time of change. Death usually comes new life, and life brings, goes through a process of change and transformation, and then eventually when your time on earth is served or done, then you'll drop the body and move on to another life, another self, another incarnation. So much love to you, brother, sister. Thank you guys for being here with us. Much love to the regular faces and the new ones, Mr. Mandism. Sarah Holder, sister, hugs, kisses. Good to have you, sister. Much respect. Monster Quinn, hello, Holy One. Welcome again, Monster Quinn. Kelly G in the house. Greetings, fellow humans. Hope, love, and peace. Indigo Wizard, Vato Brother, Celine, my moderators. Welcome, both of you. Thank you for watching our back. Thank you for your service. Lakshmi, sending love to family. Anuhazi, what's up, brother? Machiwa. Melvin Sanford from New York. Welcome, New York. Good to have you. We have all kinds of time zones and countries that watch this show. Melvin Sanford, welcome back. Sunset Dreams. Simo Things. Glad to make an episode from the start. Yeah, you got here just in time. We just started. We're all good. Mr. Williams 25 had a question. Did Jeshua 9 have the same mission as Jeshua 12? And was he a member of the fallen angelics? Originally, no. He wasn't. Apparently, he ended up being like an example for the fallen angelics. There was something about Jeshua 12's mission. They weren't on the same mission. And so Jeshua 12 did a few things, but one of the main things is that he brought in the Holy Grail line. Okay? And we're now coming out of that. The Starseed or the Indigo children are coming out of the Holy Grail line that Jeshua came through. And even though Solomon was dark, his DNA, this is kind of like a host matrix you see bringing together, and we'll look on the PDF together on the screen, you'll see it. So Jeshua 12 wasn't, there was different times in history, but Jeshua 12 was one of the times out of different times where they had to bring together the DNA from one side to the other and put them together. And so it was a complete DNA set. So his line is coming from Solomon, but also from his Egyptian Sarais mother. Okay, Jeshua had you would say, one of Solomon's wives, concubines. And so Jeshua came in with both of those and brought them together and makes a new line. So you bring your mother and your father's line, and then you have a new line. And so let's look into that so it's a little bit more articulate than I can do it. Go into here. We're going to look on a PDF together of Voyagers. We'll look in Voyagers 2. It's called Voyagers 2. Voyagers 2. And actually, I'll open Voyagers 1 just in case. And then we'll look at it on the screen together. You know how people quote Bible verses? We quote innerchristos verses, you know? So let's bring up PDFs. And we got here, and we'll go and do a search for Jeshua 12, Jeshua, 65 results. So, yeah, his avatar name, his HU4, that means Density Universe 4, Holographic Universe 4, that's liquid light. Avatars are from liquid light. So the person who was Jesus, his avatar name is Sananda. And when he was a child and he was baptized on earth, he was called Melchizedek. So Jeshua, Sananda, Melchizedek. Also referenced as Jeshua 12, and 12 is the amount of DNA strands that, you know how most humans have double helix, which means 2? Jeshua had 12. 12 strands of DNA, which means 12 levels of consciousness within this avatar who came to Earth. He's known as the last 12-strand avatar. But he was not the one that had Mary and Joseph. That's the Jeshua 9. So, and I was just explaining this. Jeshua 12 was born descendants of the house of Solomon and taken into in infancy into the custody of the priests of Ur. You see, this is not the same story as the Bible. Okay? They didn't talk about priests of Ur either. So, now, Jeshua 9. Okay, so that's what we wanted to get to. See, that was, I'm trying to look at the date, 12 BC, and then 7 BC. The Elohim, you know, the dark side. So the dark side orchestrated the birth of the 9th level avatar who would serve to reintegrate the Templar Axian soul. Oh, wow. That's a bad thing. He was meant to bring in the DNA seal called Templar Axion. Wait, maybe I'm reading this wrong. Who would serve to reintegrate, that means bring back in the Templar Axion seal souls. The Templar Axion sealed souls of Sirius B back into the sphere of Amente. Oh, so it's a good thing apparently. Sorry for the confusion. It's just this threw me off. The Elohim orchestrated. I haven't studied Jeshua 9 a lot. I know about Jeshua 12's work, but Jeshua 9, we're reading it together. They also spelled it differently. Notice it's Jeshewa here in Jeshua 9. Okay, so, and the stories of his birth to the Hebrew Melchizedek is seen, so not the king, not through King Solomon's line. And Joseph, Mary and Joseph, that's the one that's in the Bible. The contemporary Christian doctrine. And it was not born of immaculate conception either. And but through the visitation of an ET Nephilim. So this dude, Jeshua 9, is a Nephilim we know as a fallen angelic. So we're doing this live, so we're learning this right now together, going over this. And no, you know, the Guardians don't call themselves kings. Okay? So Lord or King is obviously the dark side. And of course we already know about this entity Jehovah, which is a collective fallen angelic race, the Anunnaki. So this is definitely didn't have the same mission. Your question was, did they have the same mission? No, they did not. Jeshua's, that's the second one, the Jeshua 9, mother Mary was also born of ET Nephilim conception. There goes your immaculate conception concepts, you know, nonsense. You didn't get immaculate conception. You got sex. You had sex with a Nephilim ET. That's what Mary did, and she's praised as being some virgin. You know, it's all nonsense, man. She wasn't a virgin, and it wasn't immaculate. So, okay, they did this. They didn't want the knowledge of ET ancestry available to the human general population. So the truth of Jeshua's birth was hidden with the story of the Immaculate Conception. Through the centuries that followed the births of the two avatars, these two, Jeshua 9, Jeshua 12, the life stories of Jeshua 12 and Jeshua 9, plus another man who was not an avatar, became consolidated into the personage called Jesus Christ. So, this is on page 119 of the PDF. The physical book would be page 100. So you guys can make reference to this in in Voyagers 2. I'm sure it's mentioned in Voyager's 1. 27 results. Not as many, but it's in here. So John the Baptist was once speaker 1 like Asciana was. So John the Baptist was speaker 1. Jeshua was speaker 2. Wait. Miriam served this role. That's Asciana, by the way. Asciana was Miriam. Served this role in collaboration with 2 Essene men historically known as John the Baptist, then first CD plate speaker. He was the first CD plate speaker. And Jeshua was the second. And then Asciana was the third one back then. Asciana. And so, which was the half sister of Jesus. So she was related to Jeshua. Anyways, I don't want to go off go off the track here. And you can get more information about those 2 Jeshua. Wait, I'm trying to just simply go back. Okay. So hopefully that gives you an idea right there. If he was set up by the Elohim, it would be the fallen side. The Jeshua 9 would be. King Arthur is not related. That's a different situation. That's actually a positive thing. King Arthur is a positive thing. And they even Asciana has a whole workshop about King Arthur and the round tables. You know how there was a round table? Well, they call it round tables, which has to do with planetary grid work. And so you might want to check into that. So thank you, Mr. Williams. Jimmy Ty in the house. Welcome, Holy Ones. And it's so wonderful to have you guys coming on in. 40-year-old Dark is into tarot. All right, buddy. We'll see you a little bit. Ah, Mr. Williams, your name is Arthur. Good to have you. I mean, thanks for sharing that with us. 555 HB. Machiwa, Holy One. Thank you, brother. Good to have you. And it's a blessing to have you here, regularly supporting Christos Avatar. You're awesome, HV. Good to have you. Glad you're part of the family, right? So, and I want to say, let me push F5. You guys, I just finished. Today was the last day I finished this lawn project, you know, with the weed eating, cutting, and pruning. And then I actually was done yesterday, but it took me till today to take all. I had 3 big piles of brush, branches, you know, weeds. And my truck is a big truck, a F350, you know, nice sized bed, but it took me 3 trips to haul it to the dump. I wasn't going to rent a dumpster. Why? I wasn't going to pay someone else to do it. Why? You know, I'm just going to be self-sufficient in those matters, but I am tired from that. You see the skin color? That's where I was wearing my gloves. So I'm a little bit tanned, more tanned than normal. And I have all these scratches all over from doing this work. But anyways, just letting you guys know what's going on in my personal life there. But it had to be done. I'm going to be, in probably a week now, sign up, renew my year rent here. So thank you guys for joining us about spiritual awakening and unlocking your higher self. And your higher self is a part of your consciousness that everyone has. Everybody has a higher self. Every one of you, even non-believers, people into dark shit, it doesn't matter. All people have 1,728 other selves minimum. Now, there's beings like Starseeds or Indigos who would have more because they're doing more incarnations for their work. But what we have here is realize that we're multi-dimensional beings. We exist in many different places at once. Now, Hinduism, Buddhism, they would describe this as past lives and future lives. This is a distortion. And that's not how space-time works. There is no time, there is no space, so how could you have a past life if there's no time? It's simultaneous time, simultaneous existence. And as a matter of fact, you find that when you're psychic, you start to perceive those other selves. And if it's a higher self, like it's more evolved in you, one of your selves, it may appear to you, or you may perceive it as a spirit guide. Most of the beings you encounter are yourselves. Think about 1,700. Dang, that's a lot of cells that you have. And if you're only in the third dimension, well, most of them are higher than you. It doesn't mean you're worse or, less evolved or something. Just realize that you're an ascended master right now. All of us are. Hitler's an ascended master. All of us were ascended masters. Are ascended masters projected itself into 1,728 selves like a prism. A prism goes in and comes out into different rays. Okay? And you project yourself into many different rays, into different selves. And so parts of yourselves don't remember that. Parts of you, maybe including yourself here in 3D, don't have any type of perception of that. So it comes throughout your spiritual journey. When you start to go into meditation regularly, okay? You go in regularly, do breath work. Remember, quadruple, triple, quadruple, quintuple. How long you breathe, how long you hold. So if you usually breathe like this, triple that, quadruple that, quintuple that. This is consciousness. This is a training, young Jedi. Snatch the pebble from my hand, grasshopper. You want to become a master in consciousness, a master in energy. You train regularly. Like it's going out of style. You do it now, every day. Maybe some yoga. Maybe get some sunshine. Maybe do a sun blazing. Not blazing. You could call it sun blaze. Get a blaze from the sun. Sun gaze, okay? In the morning, right before, or in the evening before sun goes down. When it comes up, when it goes down. Maybe do it twice a day. Get in prana. Breathe in prana, baby. What's up? Rise this consciousness. And to me, it's a ridiculous nonsense. They talk about Kundalini in New Age. It's not how it works, man. You're working on you're bringing in your higher consciousness. Part of the title of tonight's video, higher consciousness, by activating your chakra. It has nothing to do with Kundalini. Okay, rising the serpent. Why are you using the symbology of a serpent? You see what I'm saying? You're gonna bring in your root chakra. That's Kundalini. The second chakra is Kundalini. The third chakra, fourth chakra, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 rays of Kundalini. Not just some separate energy coming up your spine. It's ridiculous. You are 9 levels of Kundalini. Well, right now you're in 3D. You have 3 levels of Kundalini. You want more. And by the way, Kundalini is not the highest creation current. It's not the highest life force current. Okay, there's something greater than Kundalini in dimensions 10, 11, and 12. called Maharata life force energy, greater than Kundalini. And then beyond Maharata, which is liquid light, you're going to get into something into the primal life fields, dimensions 13, 14, and 15, called Kirashe. And then outside the 15-dimensional time matrix, there's even a greater life force energy called Kundare. So get your Kundalini, your Maharata, and your Kirashe, and your Kundare. What's up? So we're awakening, and you do a lifestyle of training. Young Jedi, young Grasapa, you want to become something greater. You're aiming high to your higher selves. So don't settle for no average, ordinary life when you can expand your consciousness, reach a higher level of yourselves. In this life, become a Christ avatar, 12th dimensional consciousness. These teachings, because when you go online, literally check chakra chart, chakra picture, 7 chakras, that's all you get is 7. It's a distortion. It's confusion. You don't get the whole concept, the whole story. You're not learning, are you? You're not changing. You're not evolving. First of all, you got more than 7. What is that? That's chunk change. You're getting chunked. You're getting robbed. You're getting ripped off, homie. You got 11 chunk. You got 8. Okay, most people stop at the crown. Okay, if you want to, but there's more. There's the 8 chakra, gold. There's the 9 chakra, silver. There's the dark blue chakra. Dark blue chakra. Wait, 8, 9, 10. And then dark silver is 1.5 feet above your head. These are morphogenetic chakra outside your body. This is the 11th chakra. And then the 6 inches below your feet, pure white star chakra, is the Christ star. I am Christ star. Know that you're Christ star, and you shall be, though, and so it shall be. You are bringing in that, you are manifesting that, you're affirming that. Affirmation, that's an affirmation, I am Christ star. That's a change going on when you keep on making that self-program, self-hypnosis, self-manifestation. So you guys want to connect to your higher selves? You want to know who your soul family is, what starseed you are? Your own soul will tell you. Not from the religion soul, from the Christos soul, which is 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensional consciousness. That is what is the soul. Bring in your soul. Well, if it's 4th, 5th, and 6th consciousness, levels of consciousness, it's the 4th, 5th, and 6th chakra. This is your soul. This is your higher selves. This is your spiritual awakening. What's going on, homie? Machiva. 93 souls in the house. Welcome all of you into this change, into this transformation. Machiwa Helena. To anyone in chat, I missed shout out. Doing a collective shout out now. What's up? Let me check here. Indigo Wizard. Wow, bro. 999. Much love, brother. Thank you for supporting this work. What's going on, homie? Yeah. Thank you so much. It's a great exchange of energy. It's a great joy, celebration. Let's party. Let's have a starseed rave. Okay? Let's get all the starseeds and indigo homies together. Imagine that frequency. Starseed sex. I didn't say that, but if you want to, why not? Why have sex with a double helix? Shit, right? Oh, have sex with someone who's got their third eye open. Do some shrooms together, blow out that soul matrix, and even over soul matrix. Come on, soulmates and twin flames, light it up. You're lighting it up. You're bringing it in. This light, you choose light. You stand in light. There is fake light. You're bringing in the original intention of God, Creator, which is what? Unity endless eternal joy, bliss, okay? Not fear, not anger, okay? God is not shame. Thank you, Holy Ones. Let's have a party. We transmute those dark principles, those dark characteristics, that dark dogma, and we're not love, light, and clueless. Hey, love and light, of course, awesome. But clueless? No, you talk about the dark side. You talk about the distortions. So you're no longer being afflicted by it. Wow, we're having a party, man. Somebody wants to party. So, and we just, yeah, you said it, Holy One. Authentic. We be authentic. Our authentic selves, our higher self. And that remembers. And most of us, you come to Earth and you're born, you wake up to this world, your consciousness is shut off. 90% of it is. So that 10% sitting in the hospital and sitting in the rest of your life is what makes the human, 10%? I guess that's something. What are you doing with your 10%, Holy One? Have you seen the movie Lucy? Bring in more. You want more than 10%? Well, bring in your heart chakra, activate your throat chakra, open your third eye, and you bring in that higher consciousness. You have these, you would say, famous people like Tesla. Do you think Tesla, the original Tesla, do you think the Tesla was a double helix human? Think about that. The exceptional brains and intelligences has more operating, more going on, even if they are not aware of it. Tesla said 369, 36912, I would say. You understand these secrets of the universe. So he was talking about using energy is the future of healing. Not pharmaceuticals. So we're like transitioning. We're changing. We're making changes. What we used to think and follow and believe in, we transmute that, and now we're growing and expanding in our consciousness. We're learning this spiritual knowledge so that we can maybe ascend. That's the ultimate goal of spiritual awakening. You didn't just go on a spiritual path for nothing. There's an ultimate goal to it, is to get out of here. Not be stuck in reincarnation. Like you live your life, hit it, you die. But this is a ceiling. You're not going into higher realities. You're repeating. Oh, why? Because there's something in your DNA. There's blocks in your DNA, like we just read earlier. Templar Axion seal for some of the population. Some of the population has the Zeta Gray Alien DNA seal. And we have different DNA blocks and seals. This is why you're rinsing and repeating and not going above this buffer. You're stuck in the 3D, trapped in 3D. Now, the only way to get out of that trap is to bioregenerate your DNA. You don't hear no New Age talking about that, man. You hear from New Age that everybody's ascending. We're going into some new timeline and everyone's making it. No, you're not. You cannot go through the higher Stargate, which would be the fourth one, or the fifth one, or the sixth one. You cannot go through Stargate 4, SG5, or SG6. Your consciousness, your spirit, when it dies, will go through a Stargate to the next level. But you can't go through that Stargate if you don't have the DNA. If you don't have the activations of 4.5, like a stub, 4.5, or 5, then you're not making this transition. You're stuck, okay, and recycle, and forgetting. It sucks to go and progress, make some type of a progression, but die and forget and come back in. Huh? What? So you're like wondering who you are. You're wondering what your purpose is. because you forgot. Now you don't know. There's some beings who remember, who see it lucidly. That's normal. But what we got going on Earth is not normal. So we learn these, you would say, technologies from the Emerald Order. I just want to give source, like I usually do in my lives, that this is coming from Yasha Ashiana and the Emerald Order Guardians, the Emerald Order teachings. And I've been a student of this since 2010. So 14 years of this work, and now I'm teaching it. For the past few years, that was when I started teaching it. And a lot of you are studying now yourself. And I would like Celine or Indigo, please, you guys share the PDF of Voyagers 1 and Voyagers 2 if you already haven't done so. And so this is something that you guys choose with your free will to, explore consciousness. Okay, meditation is one of those ways. It's a form of disciplining your mind and realize that part of your connection to your higher self is the mental body. You know how there's this misconception or there's this distortion in the New Age? Get rid of your ego. Ego bad. Destroy it. No, you guys, you don't destroy the ego. What is the ego? It's the third chakra. It's which chakras create the auras around your body. So there's this third aura. You don't take the third chakra and throw it away. Destroy it. Okay? You can't destroy a chakra like that, what you're thinking. You heal the negative ego. There's a positive ego. Heal the egotistical, arrogant, prideful, me, self ego. That's the ego you transmute. You need the mind, that's the third level, the reasoning mind. You need the mind to do these techniques. You need the mind to connect to your higher selves. You don't get rid of the ego. So, you get a lot of people giving that advice in those, you want to call them teachings. So you learn how to use the mental body and learn how to master visualization, imagination. You explore, like I said, with plant medicine. You explore within meditation. You learn how to do lucid dreaming. You learn how to do astral traveling. You learn how to go out of your body. Okay, most humans are not interested in these things. Most humans don't even believe in these things. As a matter of fact, some humans demonize and say those are wrong or dark or connected to Lucifer or Satan. Hey, certainly there's some negative psychic people, but it's a natural, organic attribute to all beings. All beings should be able to, but now what we got is a calcified third eye. We have people believing in following the false creeds of religions or the false distortions of the New Age. Where are you getting truth? Where are you getting awakenment? Right? You got to have discernment. I mean, look into the world. Look at the world, you guys. Does it look like there's an awakening happening? When we got war, World War III building, we got people still hating each other, people still in prejudice. Where is the awakening? No discernment. People think we're in some new timeline and everyone's blessed and everyone's awakening. BS. Okay, so you're fooling yourself. When you can see that the darkness is in power. Do you not see there's kings and queens and presidents and CEOs, emperors, popes, bishops, Illuminati? The darkness is in power. In power of the money, in power of the weapons and warheads and all that. Where is your discernment, New Ager? We're not on some divine timeline? Where's your discernment? It's a legitimate question, homie. So, where the light coming in? There's the fake light. There's a fake gods. There's fake Christ. We talk about Jesus and we talk about the real God. And we talk about what it is to be actual light. Not fake light who is about chosen ones. When you see someone calling themselves a chosen one, when you see somebody's channel talking about chosen ones, you know they've missed the mark. They don't know, they may speak unity. At the same time, they're talking chosen ones. They clash. They don't go together. Unity is not chosen ones. Chosen ones is you're better, you're special, you're a certain category. You are the believers. You are the chosen ones. BS. Take that new age distortions and transmute you guys. If you want to say anything about chosen ones, we're all chosen. We're all children of God. We're all creations of Creator. There is no exception to that. It's not an opinion. Everything was created by Creator. Thank you for those hearts, Holy One, and the positive emojis, and much love. Right? Think about that. God is omnipresent. God's everywhere, not just somewhere, some places, not just in chosen ones, not just in believers. It's the dark side. It's false creeds. You have real creeds, the guardian creeds. You have the false creeds. Which one are you speaking? Which one are you teaching and spreading? Which one, light, true light shines. Light exposes the darkness. Shine light so you see the darkness, or darkness is exposed. We're exposing fake light people. We're exposing fake gods on this channel. They're not God. They're godlets. Roman gods, Greek gods, German, I meant to say Viking gods, Egyptian gods, Chinese gods, whatever gods. All these gods are not gods. They're godlets. They're extraterrestrials in multi-dimensions who come and use stargates to get here. They use portals to get here. They influence humanity. They come to, like the Anunnaki, they come to our planet and they F with us. They F'd with the Sumerians, but that was just the latest time. Okay, they messed with us in ancient Egypt, which scientists don't say exist. Even though Plato came out and talked about it. Oh, it's a fairy tale. BS! That's forbidden knowledge. That's hidden history. That's why I'm making a hidden history series now. I already made part 1. I'm working on part 2. I'm also trying to make a short on the Azarites. So, you guys, sorry that I got behind. It's just only because of this 2-week project. It took me 16 days. It took 16 days to do this long 1 acre of land. 1 acre of land all by myself. So I got a little behind, but thank you for your patience and thank you for being here tonight to hear this message. And a lot of you something brought you here. Okay? Now, I want to say, this is not dogma. You don't have to agree with everything I'm saying, and just know I'm not making anything up. These concepts are not my personal ideas or my personal spin. This is coming from the Emerald Order teachings, also called the innerchristos law of one, which any of you can check out and learn and research yourself and see if you resonate. Check. Right? And so, but something brought you here. So maybe there's something here that you do resonate with, something you do want to learn. Let me get my incense going on. Jeshua. And we're all on this, we're not saying we're masters. We are simply trying to aim for our highest self. And we do regularly, besides meditation and breath work and all that, we're regularly learning, reading, studying taking notes. Remember, guys, I gave you guys this, important tip is to maybe even start a journal, right? But also to start taking notes, having some file on a computer. If you love to do handwritten stuff, like I saw Celine, she was doing a lot of handwritten stuff. If you feel like you want to do that too. So as long as you get into it, and when you start studying it, because you're going to have questions. It's one of the most advanced teachings in you would say Ascension. One of the most advanced Ascension body of knowledge. So you're not going to get it in your first read, right? It takes consistency. It takes patience. Don't beat yourself up if you don't understand something. We've all been there. I went through a lot of frustration trying to learn particle physics. In Cathara, you're going to learn particle. Particle units, particle strands, particle grids, particle, they become kilotic codes. So these things are all the smaller components that build the morphogenetic field and your Cathara template, which is the underlying structure of the chemical DNA. So put some dragon's blood here. Piece of my hair, sorry. I need some small pieces of dragon's blood. Yeah. Get a little amber going on. Got my amber. Yo, baby, what's up? How was your spiritual awakening going, homies? Write it in the comments. If you're frustrated, well, say you're frustrated. If you're having some paranormal, supernatural things, let us know too. It gives people motivation. It gives them a reference point. They see other people experiencing all this crazy local stuff. Something must be to it. Mokoye. Are you still one of those non-believers? Are you still on the fence about all this stuff? Chkas. Purify your space. Cleanse and purify your space, holy ones. Machiwa. You're a priest king. We're a priest class. Okay? Now, religious people would think of priests as suspicion or something. So, what? Well, they have priests in their church, but we're like, it doesn't mean you have to wear a robe. You can wear whatever you want, but, usually in a temples, you're going to be wearing a robe if you go to a temple. J Mac, positive energy. Zachary. Difficult and beautiful, you said it. Great time to be alive. I'm feeling the love, says Carla. You came to the right place for some love. Pink lemon. It's challenging because of the way we were brought up to think like. And you said, that's true. But my most fave is my positivity now is better. So yeah. And I feel the same way because I was, I had my own personal anger issues. I wasn't angry at other people. It was me getting angry at my computer or whatever, I would get ridiculous things. Like react, overreact, stuff like that. And so, and that's a journey, you guys, of coming out of the darkness and coming into a light and into an enlightenment, into an understanding. And so usually it requires some suffering. For a lot of us, we end up having to suffer in order to go to even be interested in, let's say, spirituality, or something like a death in a family, something like a tragedy, or something like an effed up life, and you're sick and tired of having an effed up life, and you don't want to go to religion, or maybe you're coming out of religion, and you want to check out all this other stuff. So that's usually what happens when people get into the, spirituality. But maybe you just kind of fell into it, right? At a younger age. Christos Avatar, I have messaged you about an invite to attend an SSP conference in Florida. Sophia, I don't know about any messages from you. I don't know if you Gmailed me or Facebooked me or Instagrammed me. I get a lot of spam. You guys have to understand that. I have over 350,000 subscribers. I get a lot of messages. I get a lot of spam messages. I get a lot of people saying, hey, come to our group. Let's work together. All this nonsense. I'm not saying it's nonsense. What I'm saying is I have no time and no money. I can't travel to Florida. I appreciate the offer, but I'm not going to Florida right now. And I really need to just rest after what's happened. And maybe by July I'll be rested up, but we'll see. Anyways, I hope you go, Sophia, and you'll have to come back and tell us all about it. Zachary is using the Maharic shield. That's awesome, Holy One. Good. I'm so happy to hear some of you doing that. Thank you, Celine, for leaving a link. Sorry to hear, Carla, about your father. We just know that that's another confirmation that darkness is in this world. And so we're all trying to find light in that darkness. And so just to be in a world where murder is even possible. And we know there's even worse things than murder. People who do torture and agony and suffer and then sacrifice. Twisted things coming out of that consciousness. The more despicable, the more hateful, the more dark you are, the more power in their system. And that's what we're up against, Holy Ones. And so for us, it's a spiritual war of consciousness. So we make our creations through consciousness. We make changes. We make transformations, transmutations through consciousness. And, it's all about placing boundaries with negative people who no longer are part of your, who no longer serve you. It goes against your spiritual life if you hang out with some narcissist or some psychopath. And I can understand some people are relying on someone for money, but they can't stand the person. You guys, that is on you. And if you have children in the mix, well, that's definitely on you, because we have to make changes, and some of those changes are not easy. And so you will have to put your mind and your put your mind and focus on what you need to get yourself out of that situation. And so going and through a spiritual awakening is literally about changes, you guys. And remember, something brought you to spirituality, to spiritual beliefs and stuff. And usually something, like I said, something negative. But so we're trying to do some healing. We're trying to let go of that which didn't serve us. And that includes relationships. It may include a divorce, a breakup. You don't want to be in that relationship. You want to let it go. You have to find the bravery and be committed to live the best, for yourself and spiritual journey. I mean, think about this, you guys. Let's say you're with a person, and while you were with this person, you started learning about the inner Christ, the inner God, the inner Christos. And now you have to go through, you have to think, am I going to stay with this person who doesn't want to be with this information? And then you'll start seeing all these aspects of this person that you didn't see before, because now that those illusions, you've learned about what is a narcissist, really. You learn about the spiritual war and the spiritual bondage. And you have a whole nother vision. You have a whole nother tool set. And you guys know, you look at the false creeds and see if a person that you're living with or have a relationship with is in these false creeds. Let's look at them real quick. Let me bring it up on Photoshop. Let me open that up here, guys. 1 second. Thank you for your patience. Because you guys, we want to grow, not stay in the same place. Not, what's the opposite of grow? You know, you don't want to go backwards. You don't want to de-evolve. You want to be committed to expanding and evolving. That means letting go of all that garbage and shit relationships and just moving on without that and grow into a whole nother person. This is what spiritual journey is. Hey, it would be beautiful and would be awesome if your partner comes with you. But let's be realistic. That doesn't always happen. So let me... open it up here. 1 second. Okay, so you guys check this and see if the person that you're living with or someone that you care about is has any of these creeds. Maybe you have some of these creeds within yourself. And if you do, this is the good time for you to start healing this stuff. Start changing this stuff. Maybe you're used to feeling guilty about something. Maybe you're used to being in fear. Maybe you're used to being subservient to someone. You know, maybe you're used to being pushed down as a female. So this is something that you have to change. You want to change. And we're trying to go into a more blessed state. Let me find that. I mean, instead of following the false creeds, you want to go into the actual creeds. Of that is God's original intention. You want a person that you can experience these things with. You want your relationships based on this, your conversations based on this, your focus. This is what we want to transmute. You want to go do some shadow work. You want to do some ego work. Transmute this from your life and reclaim this from in your life. Bring this into your life and your children's lives, and you'll have a whole nother, you'll be expanding. Not falling. This is falling. This is religion hardcore. Religions help you to fall. Okay? They're not supporting your ascension. They're supporting your falling. So you make a choice. And this is what you can check. A person on, a belief system on, you know, you have some tools to, now that you're following. And I've heard Indigo Wizard talk about it. The 12 attitudes of mastery. Not just these creeds, but you want to learn the 12 attitudes of mastery in the Emerald Order teachings. And so that was some of those listed in that innerchristos creeds, but realize that you want to study them because there's like a page of information on each mastery. Let me look at that real quick with you guys. In the PDF, which is the Cathara PDF, that's one place I know where it's at. So let me open up Cathara. And this is what is part of the Emerald Order teachings. Okay, and notice it's called a certificate program. Okay, it means that you can become an instructor of it and help people heal or just teach people Cathara. This is what I'm doing. I became certified at the Ashiana's workshop, though. I worked on hands-on with them. So, but here we go. And attitudes. Let me put attitudes. Attitudes. Attitudes and etiquette of healing. And also postures of love. Okay? It's a fully engaging the love vibration. Of course you want to learn those things. Let me find it. Here we go. Of course I got it all marked up, sorry. These are the 12 attitudes in mastery. This is part of your spiritual awakening. Originally introduced in the Dance for Life workshop in 2002, a long time ago. Study the 12 attitudes of mastery, make an affirmation meditation of them, and try to make them your way of life. Remember, you're letting go of all the narcissist BS from your life. You want to focus on the affirmations and the attitudes of love. Recognition of the truth and the all-oneness. Grace, allowing the all-oneness to be what it is, regardless of whether it suits you. Living perpetual forgiveness. Gratitude, appreciating the all-oneness, knowing your aliveness. Reverent respect, acknowledging and giving to the all-oneness. Remember, we practice law of one. This is unity consciousness. All are one, all oneness. Responsibility is another mastery of attitude of mastery. Co-creating with, serving, and being able to respond to the all oneness. Everyone, everything. Trust, knowing the power and the love of unity. Accountability, being in a state of truth with the all oneness. Impeccability. Yeah, some of these were on that diagram I showed you. Upholding and protecting the all oneness. Mindfulness, loving, nurturing, and being attentive to the all-oneness. Fearlessness, recognizing the eternal life nature and unconditional love of the all-oneness. Engage in detachment, permitting the all-oneness to be without assigning critique, condemnation, or value judgment, understanding the isness of and validating the all-oneness. And last but not least, joy, choosing to be the embodied all-oneness. So you keep hearing this word all-oneness, 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 all are one, one self, one God, one body, one spirit, all-oneness. And there's also 12 responsibilities of mastery. Okay? Self-actualization, self-sovereignty, self-containment. See, we're not learning all this BS from religion, fear, guilt, shame. No, these are principles of expanding yourself. Self-discipline, self-love, self-integrity. Let me make sure you guys are getting this. I just got to see it in the live. Come on. Yeah, okay. It's there. That's number 6. Number 7, appreciation. And you learn about what appreciation is. I got to do videos and articles on each one of these. Patience. God has its own schedule. Kindness. Conservation. Cooperation. Remember, there's also the attitudes of love. Sense. Okay, so let's go out a little bit and go down. Oh, you can learn the Are Kumnare. Omeda. It's in Kathara, man. I've sung this to you guys a few times. And we might as well do it right now, homie. And I put, this is in the membership area, but it's also a link to a professional singer singing it. Let me get a drink of water. I just spilled a little bit of water on my keyboard. Shit. That's a no-no. Omeda ipatuma. Omeda ipatuma. Patuma e deita e kumna. Omeda ipatuma. Treti la idurna. Treti la idurna. Durma e kenta e kumna. Omeda ipatuma. And he would sing that 3 times. And there's a part of the audience or group, if you're doing it in a group, would sing it in a different bass tone and an overtone. And it sounds so cool when there's three types of groups singing this together. So anyways, I just wanted to show that. This is the PDF for Cathara. You definitely want to get this and watch the video and learn how to ascend and create your Merkaba field. So let me go back. So this isn't just about concepts and lofty pie in the high in the pie sky, whatever you want to call it. There's actual techniques, okay? Actual things that you study and become an expert at. And you can teach other people it. People you care about. You want to ascend. We want everyone we can ascend. Remember, this is by the Guardians considered a rescue mission, a 200-year evac. So we're doing our part while we're here. You're here for 70, 80, 90 years, right? If you live that long. My grandma was 98, so it's in my family. I could live long, you know. But I lost my grandma. She was younger than that. My grandma, but like on my mom's side, my grandma on my dad's side was the one who lived to 98. So. Yeah, so how long are you going to live and how long are you going to be sharing this mission on Earth? See, we're meant to awaken ourselves and then to help awaken humans on Earth. So the question is, are you doing your part? 99 people, 99 souls. I saw that too. Free White Death. Thank you for sharing that. I claim that. What's up, homies? How's my Team Indigo doing? How's Team Indigo doing? You broke stuff on your Merca? Wow, it's powerful. It's a powerful energy you got to be responsible for, right? Thank you, Celine. Blessed. You guys, this information originally cost a lot of money, but that was, remember, 20 plus years ago. Now, Ashiana doesn't even want to have it on our site. I mean, she replaced it with new stuff. So we're still studying that. And we're not like storing that in our own server, but we're pointing to you where it's already out there. And this is, by the way, Cathara is only one workshop out of many. I've heard Ashiana say they've done over 200 workshops. I heard her say that on one of her older workshops. So who knows how many workshops have actually survived online. I don't even know if they recorded all of them. Maybe they did. I'm sure they did. Why wouldn't they? But these are like treasure to us. These are like gold. If you get them, save them to your device. Make copies of them somewhere, you know. Keep this record alive. We are keeping this record alive. Thank you for those hearts. Bless you, Holy One. And so we're doing this. It's a group effort. We all came here, and it's a big deal for us to be incarnating and on planet Earth. We're not from this world. We're from higher worlds, and this is dangerous for us, but we came here to help. We're angels and archangels. Of course, that's what we do. So we're starseeds and indigos from other worlds and other time vectors, other dimensions. And so we made a long voyage to get here, but here we are. And you're meant to wake up yourself, get out of your slumber, indigo, wake up, and start helping the world. Help do grid work. Learn the Arthurian round tables. Learn, it's not just about healing yourself. It's about healing the earth, literally through technologies. Then those usually are done in groups. Okay, you do a group of you. Maybe start when you go through a Kathara and become facilitated a teacher yourself, why not start a group in your city where you come in person and study, just like there's Bible study groups. Well, do a Kathara study group, Emerald Order group in your community, in your state, in your area, whatever country you are, you guys. And there's no reason why you can't learn the rainbow roundtables and go start healing places on earth. There's no reason why you can't, do Merkaba classes and stuff like that. I don't know all the teachings. Some of you know more than I do when it comes to the actual study of the older work. And so don't wait on me or somebody else, you guys. Go out there and start learning all this stuff. You don't have to have physical books. Just get the PDFs, have it all organized, have your notes organized. Become knowledgeable, you guys. This is the greatest advice I can offer and share. You want to become masters in energy and masters in consciousness. And sometimes you will mess up. Sometimes we won't stick to your alkaline diet. Maybe sometimes you get distracted into a bad relationship, or someone's abusing you, or we catch those things. We become better versions of ourselves progressively over time. Okay? And we start finding things that just keep on boosting us and making us stronger and better in this inner Christ, inner God spirit. We become walking, talking examples of the Christos. You're Christos guardians, you guys. I am Christar. You could say, I am holy avatar. I'm a holy avatar. I am Christed avatar. You can come up with your own affirmations. I like to say, I am the blue flame. I am the blue flame. It's coming out of Elohai. It's actually, which I even think sounds cool. Pale turquoise flame. Pale magenta flame or star. Pale magenta star. Pale turquoise star, which is in the middle of planet Earth. 6-pointed Merkaba field. A star tetrahedron. 2 pyramids. One's facing down, one's facing up, one's spinning, the other spinning. Different directions and different speeds. You'll learn this through Ashiana's Merkaba teaching. So this is a powerful force. How many times a day, or at least once a day, do you visualize a Merkaba star in a color, and you see the pyramids changing? Rotating. See it. See a rotating Merkaba star and the power inside of it. It's a powerful event happening. You can sense the energy. You can hear it. You can feel it. It's a consciousness. It's alive. And you're bringing this group collective consciousness. And if you know that where Christ stars coming in, white flame, white stars, white Merkabas, we're holding the Christ energy. We're bringing it in. And so these are your practices. This is your mastery, your spiritual mastery, man, is being a master in Kathara, be a master in Merkaba, be a master in Kundalini, be a master in chakras, be a master, man. You're going to definitely ascend. You're going to definitely fix your DNA, bioregenerate your DNA. You commit to it. Make a lifestyle of it. What's up? And you put boundaries in your life, and you keep all those old pastimes, relationships, old thought patterns. You commit. Stay and stick to this spiritual awakening. And this journey is what you're meant to do. Find out when you know your memory, when you start to see these other selves and these other time vectors that you exist in, and you communicate with some other parts of your selves, like a spirit guide. This big brother, this older part, this higher, more evolved part of you can assist you. And you can merge it together with your higher selves. And you guys, like I would do simple, even with my eyes open and even walking around my house, you know, and see these fields of energy, sense this larger body, larger consciousness, larger knowledge. That's you. Doesn't mean we're aware of that 24/7, but there's times where you focus and put intention there. You can reclaim a higher self, a higher understanding, a higher knowing. You see much different frequencies, many different like energies around you, part of you. You'll see your aura. You'll see other beings. Sometimes you'll see something fly by real quick, and it's out of your astral vision or whatever. I'm starting to. I see a lot of those things, like right at the corner of my eye, because you know the cones of your eye or the peripheral can see things. As soon as you point your eyesight to it, it's gone. It's the cones on the sides that see more. So you can get used to looking forward, but seeing. Okay? And so more of a greater viewport. Because you will be dealing with other energies which are alive. Other entities, other spirits, other consciousness. And they're not all hominid, humanoid looking. You can get a sacred geometry speaking to you. I mean, isn't that what a Merkaba is? It's a sacred geometry, a 6-pointed star tetrahedron. Do you know what a star tetrahedron looks like? Look it up. It's the two pyramids stuck together. You see it three-dimensionally. Just realize that they spin and that there's 3 Merkabas in the same place. One's white, one's dark gray, dark silver. You know, you have these parts of your anatomy, parts of this, you would say, science part. You're going to learn the science of this spiritual science, right? And so it's not just talking about God and the unity and stuff like that. It's actually studying and practicing running energy and seeing energy, seeing geometries, and putting intention and knowing the teachings and knowing why it works, how it works. So this is why we learned it from the basics, from the 15-dimensional time matrix. We learn about dimensions. Okay, we learn about the harmonic universes. We learn about the structures of the different matter forms, so you can understand that on you would say, a planetary level, a galactic level, a universal level, a cosmic level. And so at first, some of these things are going to be hard to understand. You're putting your mind in places and learning new words like Cathara, like Turinesium, like Enuhazi, right? These are foreign concepts. And so you're going into a new place of your life. You guys are going into a new journey. It was always there, but circumstances kept you sleeping. I was asleep. I'm a late bloomer. Okay, I didn't start becoming aware until my 40s, man. That's ridiculous. And so I was secular. I was just out here, not in here. And it was like, for me personally, in my life, it was about smoking pot with friends. And when I did that, OMG, it did something to me. It wasn't happening with my friends. To me, I was feeling everybody, there was like 6 people around me or more, maybe. This was like my private villa in the Ukraine, in Odessa when I was over there. I started feeling all of their emotions, man. It was overwhelming and very powerful and tripped me out. It actually made me afraid for a moment because I wasn't used to experiencing anything paranormal like that. Because before, I would have never even believed it exists. So something like that could happen to you guys at the beginning of your journey. Maybe you did see UFOs and it tripped you out. I've seen 3. And so it comes to you and it breaks down all your freaking paradigm. Like my paradigm was safe and secure. Now suddenly what you think you knew no longer is not actually the really what's going on. Like this information must hit a lot of people when we start talking about religions being corrupt. People just won't believe in that right away. You know, it trips them out. What? But then we break it down. I break it down on this channel, you know, and talk about it in great detail. And so you're going to have all these paradigm shifts happening. You'll think you just learned some great secrets of the universe, but then you start learning more in the Emerald Order teachings. It talks about the reality. It talks about the planet. It talks about the fallen angels and the spiritual drama. It talks about the creation currents. It talks about, you know, the 12 attitudes of mastery, the 12 responsibilities of mastery. It talks about what is Kundalini, you know, and what is multidimensional consciousness, right? So this is the most profound teachings on the planet, okay? And these teachings are what God, Creator, is originally brought to us. And so, and this teaching came to Earth 200,000 years ago plus. And so this was when the last time our planet had a stellar activation cycle like we're having now. 200,000+ years ago. And that's when we first got, before that time, before that cataclysm and a pole shift, we actually had, you know, the innerchristos teachings, translations of the holographic disc records. Ashana Dean, our teacher, Yasha Ashana, she's held one of these in her hand before, man. She's also seen one of the shields, which are larger. And so, excuse me, this is what we're learning. This is what Voyagers is based on. These holographic disc records. Like most religions and most spiritual systems are based on some ancient writings. Like, okay, maybe it's true, right? The Dead Sea Scrolls or some buried tablets. Okay, this is based on what you probably wouldn't think at first. Advanced holographic technologies. Not some old... Why would knowledge about dimensions and higher spiritual realities come from ancient buried books and shit? It's coming from translations from advanced, modern, high technology. Okay, and actually Ashana was trained in person to get the data from those discs. Later, she was taught how to do it remotely. And so you will learn, you would need to know Kelantic science and how that, you know, there's only specific people trained to do that when it comes to writing the information, bringing the information, like Jeshua was trained. Okay, he was part of the Scene Mystery, schools. He was part of the mystical order, and he was learning this stuff like you would be taught by other guardians, and then now you're teaching it and talking about it. I learned this stuff. I'm not done learning either, but I'm sharing it with others. And that will go on, and hopefully it will continue on through all of you. We're all making a difference. We're all bringing in our piece of code. This is what spiritual awakening is. It's not just for a single person or a certain person. It's not about Yasha only. It's about all of us coming in and being part of the Emerald Order Covenant. We're part of Emerald Covenant Vatos. And we're meant to be talking about this stuff. We're meant to be making a change in the world. So, much love to all of you. If you guys want to get lit, please do so. You're welcome to get lit and hang out with each other. And I see so much love in chat and a lot of enlightened people here. More 99s. Yeah. We must have hit a 111 recently or soon. I know some of you got to realize some of you are part of the 144,000. 144. 144,000 are what you call the Pardicians, who have the sixth dimension. They're all going to have the third eye open. Okay? Fourth, fifth, sixth chakras. That's the 144,000. I mean, not only those have the third eye open, I'm just saying it will definitely be ones who have those chakra open. Yeah, we got 1-1. Yeah, baby, what's up? Awesome, man. Little alien, what's up, homie? Yeah. Yeah, you guys. I'm just reading comments here. Chloroform. Oh yeah, Carla. Yeah, the Indigo Type 3 video. And the Indigo Type 3s, because there's 3 types, Type 1, Type 2. Jeshua, Jesus, he was Type 1, which is the highest level. Type 2, the next highest level. And Type 3 is the third highest level, but you guys are doing a host matrix. Now, you are a double diamond sun Orifame. You have 24 strands. Not turned on while you're on planet Earth, that would blow it up. But what I'm saying is, that is your potential. 24 strands. We're talking about Christed DNA, 12 strands. Well, there's greater DNA out there, you guys. Diamond Sun, Christ Star DNA is only 12 strand. I say only, but while most humans are only 3, right? But there's greater levels than this. Let me show you real quick on this diagram on PDF so you can visualize it. Give me 1 second to open it. All right, so let me switch to Photoshop. And so you can see that the Lemurians, which were 73,000 years ago, were developing strand 2. But this is what most humans are, with only 3 strands. We're supposed to be like this, developing our 4th strand. But most humans, according to Ashiana, I've heard her say it, you see these little substrands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Every strand of DNA has 12 substrands. According to Ashiana, some humans only have 2.5. So that would be strand 1, strand 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would be only up to here, when we're supposed to be all the way up to here. Okay, 4.5. You need 4.5 to get to inner Earth, which is the second best option. The best option is to have 5 strand. And then you're going to Tara, 5D Tara. But anyways, what I was trying to show you, while there's most humans with only just a few strands of DNA, well, our ultimate DNA has 12 strands. And these are some of the races that have 12 strands. Well, there's actually 24 strand DNA. Okay, look at all those strands. And this is what you Indigo Type 3s are. Indigo Type 3s who are doing a host matrix, you have up to 24 strands in your junk DNA. So we also have 12 more strands, would be 36 strand. Okay, some beings have 36 strand, and I believe this is the Lyran Syrian Anuhazi. And then there's finally, the highest you can get in our time matrix is 48 strand. That's what Jeshua was. Jesus, the original last 12 strand avatar. This is what Ashana has. Any Indigo type 1 will have 48 strand. Indigo type 2s have around 36 strand. Indigo type 3s have around have the 24 strand. So I just wanted to show that real quick. So yeah, in the Indigo type 3 video, I don't know how that happened. Okay, in the Indigo type 3 video, it basically shows how there's a lot of problems happening with these Indigo children. Why? Because it's two soul essences in one body. If you have all this drama, like an angel and a devil, kind of like, well, that's because there is an angel, Oraphim angel, and the fallen angelic Nephilim soul essence. And this is all inside the Emerald Order teachings, you guys. And so, I'm not making this up, all right? This is two soul essences. It's an agreement between the Nephilim and between the Indigo Oraphim to do this. So, the Nephilim, remember, they only have 11 strands. They want to become Christed too. They change their mind. They don't want to be following all this dark avatar shit. They want to get Christed. They want their 12 strand back. So they do a host matrix with an Indigo type 3. A lot of Indigo, there's millions of Indigo type 3 arrangements like this happening. So some of you guys, you have this maybe drug addiction, you have all kinds of dark energies mixed in with enlightened, awakened energies. You see what I'm saying? Because you have the negative stuff is coming from the Nephilim. And you're sharing that consciousness in one body. So you got all these different thoughts coming inside your mind. And so, yeah, if any of you others want to check out my Indigo Type 3 video, it's only a few minutes long. It's not a short. It's one of my normal length videos. So look in my video section. There's video section, there's a short section, and there's a live section. So, and that is, I believe, my daughter is an Indigo Type 3. Now, she's lost in religion now because she's back with her mom, but her mom's big time into Christianity. So my daughter's in that place right now. But I know my daughter's more than that. I mean, she's not limited to that. I mean, and so I know my father is too. But I don't think he was an Indigo. I think he's just an Indigo, like an Indigo Type 2, but he doesn't know it. You know, there's people who don't know it, who are just living a life from these natural things turned on inside their DNA template. They have no reference point. They don't have Emerald Order in their life. Maybe they only had religion in their life and New Age in their life. Well, that's why we're trying to send out the innerchristos point of view, and then you guys have another choice to resonate with or not. And so that's what happened to me. I resonated with this stuff, man. It blew me away. As soon as I saw the Carrie Cassidy interview with Ashana, I just knew. Even though I couldn't understand it all, it was complex stuff, but I just knew it was where I finally found my truth. And I want to know it, as much of it, and understand most of it as I can. And so that's been my journey ever since. So, thank you for sharing that, by the way. And actually, since you said that, let me pull it up. I'll put it in the record, so a link to it, so people can find it on their own. So let me do that real quick. We have 64,000 subscribers on YouTube now. We just hit the 64,000 mark. Let me find that real quick. Indigo Child Type 3. It's only 2 minutes long. And I'll put that in chat. I love you guys. Much love. Much love. Yeah, baby. What's up? Indigo Type 3. Yeah. There we go. And so, little alien. Now is what's important. Yeah. Thank you, Celine. Yeah, that's my Etsy shop. I can't always, I wish I could add stuff every day to it. I just haven't been able to, but that won't always be the case, you know, because I know that I'll eventually have a nice little spirit shop, mostly apparel, like Christos Avatar branded apparel, but also just stuff for people who are into hippie shit, man, like me, you know, into like a big wall hanging, paint, some type of cool, like mystical wall hanging, right? Or some beautiful art piece, like I'm making art pieces, and those beanie hats, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. That will happen, you guys. I'm just getting situated, and so let me share one of my friends with you. This is my selenite. Selenite is so beautiful. Check that out. Not the same as quartz. You can see the difference in quartz and selenite. So this is a very strong energy as well. I always recommend that you guys work with some type of crystal. And here is what's called rhodonite. This is rhodonite. Very powerful and actually heavy stone compared to something the same size. This is heavy. Very strong. Remember, you have palm chakra that you can feel with and fingertip chakras. So this is why I love orbs. I can feel it with both my palm chakras and all my fingertip chakras. Put intention and work with, you know, explore the energy. This is lapis lazuli, prized by the Egyptians. Even the women, they would crush it down to a powder and they had a recipe to make the blue makeup that the Egyptians are known for. You know, the royals. So, lapis lazuli, even the word, I love the name. This is a spirit tool, you know, to practice and feel energies and all that. And this is why even in my meditation, I'm always holding crystal balls in my hands. Okay? Rarely do I not meditate without them. I can sometimes, but most of the time I want my quartz and my auralite 23. This is an expensive stone, auralite, because it's rare and it's greater than, what's it called? 7, Super 7. 7 only has 7. It's called auralite 23, honey. So triple the crystal and minerals in it than Super 7. So, Mokoye Masutas. We're going to go for 15 more minutes, you guys. So, thank you for being here tonight. It's always a great community and good time for us to come together. It's something to look forward to. Some of us are the black sheep of our family, and It's hard to find someone sometimes that are just like us. Hello, Indigos. Hello, Starseeds. And I want to say every now and then I tell you guys some of the shows that I watch, and one of them is called Outer Realm, I want to make sure I'm accurate. It will tell me. Okay. You would think they would put it right on the front for me. Like for real. Oh, I just finished the series. That's why. So it's not up front because I finished it. They put it in the back somewhere. Let me go to search. Outer Range. So that's one of the cool shows I watched. If you guys are into like the supernatural, the paranormal, I like those kind of shows. And Outer Range was definitely, it's only 2 seasons. I haven't checked if they discontinued or if they're going to make a 3rd season. I hope they do. But Outer Range was a trip, you guys. I love that show. It was a great show. All kinds of surprises in that show. And so, just reporting what I watched. And, you know, I'm not into the typical type of movies and stuff. I like to look the very bizarre and weird shit. Like Rick, what's that guy's name? Electric Dreams. I think it's called Electric Dreams. That was really cool. And I respect that guy a lot. He has a lot of interesting things, but not a teacher of sorts, but definitely he's seen a lot of things. And a lot of us who are starseeds and indigos, man, we've been to these other worlds. We experience the paranormal and supernatural. This is why we gravitate to that type of entertainment. So I made 2 articles for the Emerald Order membership. I know I'm behind it, and I explained why, you guys, but I'll be making that up. I'll be probably trying to add some every day now for a little while to catch up, right? And so, and on my videos, I do lives regularly with you guys, but I also want to finish the part 2 and also make some more shorts. So those are coming. I just need to finally get done with that project and have my full day back to myself. Now I have my full days back to myself. Thank goodness, right? The Grimm series? I'll have to check it out. Grimm series. Which video platform? Is it on Netflix? I'll have to check that out. And you guys, you know, we're about love and light and, you know, finding our Christ consciousness. And so we can watch some of this shit without it harming you, affecting you, because we know, we understand when most of the audience may not understand. So it's a learning thing for me. It's like research, basically. Mr. Williams, what may I ask? What indigo type are you? I believe I'm an indigo type 1 because I saw my Christed avatar. I've seen collectives from the Ascended Masters. I'm not awakened like Ashana, but I'm not trying to compare nothing, but I just know that's what one thing I wanted to say. I've seen Ashana again. I saw her like a week ago in one of my dreams. And we were talking to each other. Oh my gosh. But anyways, I truly believe, I used to be on the fence and wasn't sure, but now I'm pretty confident I'm an Indigo type 1. And so, man, the things that I've witnessed, the things that I've seen are freaking hard to explain. It is so, like, definitely seeing collectives of myself, collective beings, beings that morph, beings that can change their shape. It's not just that. It's hard to explain. You're seeing existence at a higher level of matter form. Even, like being in the realms of liquid light, or being in the realms of some type of ascended master realms where there is no density matter anymore. Man, just unbelievable things that we learned some of the stuff about density 2. They're part physical and part etheric. Density 3, they're mostly etheric beings. So that already is totally different than most existence that we're used to on these lower levels. But then there's liquid light. So I believe I've seen those higher realms for sure. And I honestly, you guys, I don't always go on mushroom. I wish I would. I could. I should. But so I know I would have like 10 times more experiences, but I just haven't had time, and I'm so serious about it. I want to make sure my diet is clean when I do it a week ahead. I want to make sure I fasted a few days before. I take it real seriously. So I don't always want to do that. But I won't do the medicine unless I'm clean. Like I've really tried to go extra mile, the extra effort to purify myself. But it is hardcore for me. Not some ordinary experience. It's always some supernatural crazy stuff. One time, now this wouldn't be necessarily Indigo type 1, but one time I woke up. I was having an experience where I was in some type of machine, or I was in some type of like a secret space program. I felt like I was in an underground base, and that I was in some type of machine, and I had an interface. There was an interface around my vision. So I don't know if that's the secret space program, or if that's something far out on another planet. That was incredible. But there's been many times where I've seen myself not even looking humanoid. Like, if you guys look at my live video from April 20th, 420, I made a whole video about that experience. I was even in tears on that video because I just had the experience. It's so hard to put into words what these beings are, these selves of myself. And so it's hard to say, to describe it. It's just more than one conscious awareness, more than one lifetime. Like, you can see many lifetimes at once. And I saw myself as an Azurite. I believe I'm an Azurite. And when I had that first vision, Ashiana was there, man. She was there. And it was a school, like some type of nursery of Azurites. They're not human looking or anything. And so I felt like I don't know if it was an egg. It's hard to explain if it was an egg. But I felt a gestation and being aware of in it. Like you're a baby inside your mother, and you're aware of, you have conscious awareness inside. I had conscious awareness of being this being, this bird-like being. If it wasn't an Azurite, it was something like a bird being, but not only bird being. Like a giant dragon, but not a reptilian. It would be avian feline. That's why I know the Azurites are called feline avians, and blue. And this being was definitely blue. And so, but I've seen many of those beings around me. I was one of them, and it made a sound like almost like an eagle, but very profound, and like you could echo into a giant valley. It was so strong and powerful. And so, man, what the F, right? I was shown the nursery. I was shown being inside the wound, so to speak. I was shown developing and maturing into, like you would call, a teenage phase, into a young adult phase, into a mature phase. I saw these phases as an Azurite. If it wasn't an Azurite, it was some being like an avian bird, feline avian thing. And so, and the abilities of consciousness, the consciousness that you have, like, you know how creation works. You know how to travel to another dimension. You know how to create forms with your simply by willing it. If you can change your shape every few microseconds, you can create shapes. You can create it. You see what I'm saying? It's hard to explain. So if that's not indigo type 3 or 1, then at least an indigo type 2. But they say, according to Ashiana, that indigo type 1s, according to her, so that means herself too. All indigo type 1s come in as a braided walk-in. You're a walk-in. In other words, you weren't born as an indigo type 1. It comes later in life. Later in your life. So I didn't learn everything about that, but I'm assuming there's a big point in your life where that happens. Maybe a near-death experience, right? Where the shift can occur. And I know that I was in a terrible accident and I lost my memory for 24 hours. Right? So, but I wasn't very spiritual back then, so that makes me doubt that time. Maybe I walked in on a different time. Maybe it walks in when you're sleeping, like in bed in the middle of the night. Who knows, right? Like a UFO abduction type of thing. So who knows when it happened or could have happened. So if you guys think you're an indigo type 1, check if there was possibly a walk-in process. Now, I've seen some weird things, man. Like, I've seen myself transition to higher dimensions. So I don't know if that was part of me going out and the other master came in. The master avatar came in. So it's very interesting. I'm not going to just say, hey, I'm this and that. That's not what I'm trying to do. And it's not coming from a space of ego, man. This is just simply reporting and telling you, sharing my experience in humility, because I was definitely so humbled by the experience. You see, we live ordinary lives, and then we see a piece of godlike experience. It changes you, man. For the rest of my life, it changed me. And these visions started happening in 2023, and actually 2022. And they started growing. Every single time if I take mushroom, it will do it again greater. That's kind of like intimidating. That's why I don't take it that much. So, anyways. And I know that a lot of you blessed ones, beloved ones, you have your experiences, you have your higher selves, We are all Christed avatars. We are all ascended masters. We're all God, part of Creator God, at different levels of awareness of that connection. So love to all of you and your blessedness and your connection to God and Creator and your higher selves and your supernatural paranormal experiences. Remember, I didn't believe in this stuff before. I didn't experience I wasn't aware of anything psychic before. But that's not exactly true because I was astral traveling and having lucid dreaming. But I didn't know that was psychic back then. And I could swear to this day, when I was like 2, I was playing with a toy and the toy disappeared. Now, did that really happen? I kept trying to tell my parents because they were all like having friends and they were all playing cards or something. I was trying to get their attention. You know, they just said, little kid, go away, you know, leave us alone. So I'm like, where's my toy? It's gone. I don't see my toy. You know, we have crazy shit happen. And we have to, like, when you start to become awakened, and then you review some of the stuff happened to you when you were before you awakened. You were an indigo now, well, you were an indigo then, just a sleeping one. The potential was already in there. It just had to run its course, right? Jeshua. Mr. Williams saw Unisci. And that's all of our potential. And you know, it definitely is not humanoid. And all these religions call God or goddess, it's just godlets, homie. Creations of the creator. There's only one God. There's only one creator. Not a pantheon of gods. ETs. Definitely not 2 arms and 2 legs up there. And we already know in density 5, you are a sun, a star. So imagine what you are beyond being a hot plasma, spherical entity, right? King Master Lord, I always blame gnomes when things go missing. And you know, gnomes are real. And when you learn these teachings, you learn that in Dimension 2 is where there's elementals. In Dimension 2, we have plants, animals, and elementals. So, fairies are real. Brownies, sprites. Okay? Gnomes. They're real. In other realities, just like there's angels in other realities, higher realities, archangels. Well, these beings are based off of something. And, well, most of you think of Pegasus is fairy tale. That's based on an 11th-dimensional being from planet Aion. Their species, the race of Pegasi, come from, they're ETs too, homie. From density 4. They're avatars. They don't look hominids. Hominids, excuse me, don't come until density 3. Now, sometimes when you see your spirit guides, they will change form for you for your understanding. And realize that, you know, they don't want to scare you, right? Understand that this is interesting because when you go through these ascension levels of yourself, when you ascend, you're gathering yourselves upward. So they're coming together. So you're reclaiming all of that lower dimension 1, your atomic levels, your plant levels, your animal levels, your elemental levels, your human levels, your astral levels, your archetype levels. You're bringing them all. You're returning back to your original state. Remember, we have a divine blueprint. It cannot be destroyed. It's beyond distortion. It will always be perfect. It's in the 12th dimension. Remember, darkness is 11th dimension and down. We have a perfected state that we're working our way to, that we are returning back to. Return back to your source, homie. That's what we say, return back to source. Return back where you originate from. And so that's what ascension is. You go from this low level, human level, to an astral level. You go from the astral level to an archetype level. You ascend to the celestial angelic level. You ascend to the archangelic level, the oversoul. You ascend to the avatar level. You reclaim all your 1,728 selves back into oneness. Remember what we saw on the PDF? They kept saying at one-ment, right? Not atonement, at one-ment. Spelled the same way, but two different definitions, right? I love you guys. And this is a good time to finish up the live. You know, I'm still aching. I won't be sore anymore after, now I'm not going to be weed eating and pruning anymore for a while. Another 99, JK Love, Hugh Programmer, or Hugh Lee, sorry. Pink Lemon, what's up? I love pink lemonade. Isn't it cool? Or pink lemon's cool too, right? At 1 minute, you said it. Makaya. You said it, Celine, because indigos are coming from density 5, which is antimatter, thermoplasmic antimatter, or the ascended master levels. So that would be correct, 13 dimension or higher. And so that's why starseeds are not the same as indigos. Starseeds are part of the genetic hybridization of the earth seeds. So that's why you hear me say starseeds and indigos, because it's two different beings. But it's all the same, because both of groups are trying to help humans. And so I want to do more in depth on Inner Earth, because I have an old video from Inner Earth. It's just that I wasn't as awakened as I am now, but so there's so much more to add to that, a lot more value to add to what's Inner Earth. But a lot of us are coming out of the incarnations, or parts of ourselves are in the 4th dimension, Inner Earth. So that's where you're going to get some of the starseed coming from too as well. Melchizedek, Hibaru, or Antrian, Brenoa, Uniseti. These are actual starseed race names that we should be familiar with. Most of the starseeds are going to be some Hibaru and some Melchizedek. The more advanced ones are Melchizedek starseeds. But there's an even more advanced one than them called Uniseti. Mostly black skin. And the Melchizedeks are mostly yellow skin. And the Hibarus are mostly white skin. And the Brenoa are mostly brown skin, or Antrian, or I think Antrian's brown skin. Brenoa is the red skin. So, anyways, those are now populations, or you would say generations of mixing, interbreeding with each other. This is why Earth is such a big planet full of different skin tones. Unfortunately, along with that, we have a lot of racism. We should love all each other's appearances. Whatever your skin color, your hair color, your eye shape, your height, your whatever. We should all, it's about omnicrystal's love, baby. And so that's a great way to end the live. Let's do that. Let's do that song together. Omeda. It's called the Song of Orion, the Are Kumnare. And you guys should be practicing Anuhazi language, and this is one way to practice it. Remember, it will take you guys a little, maybe an hour or two to memorize it, because you got to learn how to pronounce it, and that's why I include the song. Shaddai Ure Akum. No, that's the other one. Om A Da one. Let me add the sound thing to that, okay? I'm sure you guys will appreciate that. Let me find that real quick. Members. I wonder if I shared that. Omeda. Oh my gosh. I gotta look for it. Sound what? SoundCloud. It would be called, I don't know what it's called. What is it called, man? I'll try Song of Orion first. Song of Orion. Wow. Kalantic music. Let me turn my speaker on for a second. Wait. Is it playing? I have to unplug my speaker real quick. Sorry. That's not the original one. So let's get that song. So I just went to SoundCloud and put Song of Orion. And so it's also the Anuhazi word is Are Kumnare. And so I don't know all of it, you guys, but I know usually a vowel that's capitalized, you do the long form. So O, A, Om, A, Da. If it's lowercase, it's the short vowel. Here's another long vowel. So you say E. Om, A, Da, E, Patum, A. And repeat it. Om, A, Da, E, Patum, A. And you hear people singing different tones, remember? Because there's 3 groups singing. And so another one is the... Well, and this is one of the sacred symbols. Ooh, it's one of the sacred symbols, and it's part of the. I think Ashana sells the posters of these, so you can get a big wall version of this on her website. It's the Akasha. I can't even say that, but this is the other part I want to sing with you. You just repeat it a few times. Shaddai Ude Akumtan. And maybe we could have this professional singing background. Let me copy this. Oh, I got the link right here. Duh.
Hi, we're visible. We're the wireless company with nothing to hide. Seriously, hidden fees? We don't have.
Sorry, I guess they have spam on here, so I gotta wait for this stupid thing. 20 seconds. What's up, homies? Okay. I can put the speaker back on. Thank you guys. Much blessings to all of you. Thank you for being part of this, you would say, coming together and sharing space together, bringing the inner Christos together. We're doing this together, bringing the inner Christ light, bringing the inner God spirit to earth. It's part of your Emerald Covenant. Thank you, Indigos. Thank you, Starseeds, for being part of this regular gathering. And we have so much work to do. It's a spiritual war, but we're here to bring the light during this time. Bring your light, shine your light. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Many blessings to all of you. And if you like this work, please consider supporting this work. And there's different ways to do that. And thank you once again. I'll see you guys soon. I'll be more healed. I'll feel better. Right now, I'm going to go eat real quick. And I don't have to say quick, but I just want to go eat. And I made my vegan alkaline chili yesterday. No meat, but it tastes delicious. I have bell peppers in there. Or it's garbanzo beans, you know, chickpeas. But then you put all the veggies in there. Which is bell peppers, green and red. I put 2 of each. I make a big bowl, a big pot. And then onion, and then carrots, zucchini, and celery, of course. And cook it for an hour. Hell yeah, baby. What's up? I put the right seasonings in there. It's just great. But then I sometimes F up and eat some snacks with it. I'm not, a master. I'm still, living in this 3D world like everybody else. But I love you guys so much. You're part of the. We're coming together. We're coming together. We're dropping our codes while we're here on Earth. We're dropping our codes. Peace and love. Omnichristos love, you guys. Much love, much respect to you and your spiritual journey. You're important. We're all part of this team. Yeah, baby. What's up? Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Jeshua.